Hey guys, it's Mel. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Geez, I haven't said that for a while. When I went to America, I had a very in-depth conversation with Technsports, and I told him about how my store wasn't really running to its full potential, and I'm spending a lot of time in my day cleaning stuff. Like you can see it all around me here. I spend a lot of my time fixing things and sorting things and cleaning and organizing and reorganizing, and what it ends up meaning is that I've got less time in my day to actually spend doing the productive stuff that actually makes me money, because I'm spending all this time doing all the stuff in my shed here, in my warehouse, that doesn't make me money. One thing I realized when I went to America was that I watched Technsports, I watched Daily Refinement, I watched very high-end resellers in their business. I got to be the fly on the wall. I got the bird's eye view. And what I learned is that these people have very simple operations. There's no distractions around them. And I've got a lot of distractions. And it's made me come back here, and I really want to change things up in my store. I really want to fix things, and I want to get my store working differently than it's been. But to do that, I've got, as Technsports would say, I've got some punishment to do, because, this is the state of my warehouse at the moment. And this is not a small job that I can just fix in a couple of hours. This is a lot of hours, maybe weeks, maybe even a couple of months. It might take me to the end of the year to actually get my store working exactly in the way that I'd actually like it to. So anyway, today I'm going to show you the three main areas that are of concern in my warehouse, and just tell you my thought process of what I've been thinking as I'm kind of planning and mapping out how to go about this. Okay, the first area of concern to me, and I think this is the priority, is the packing area. So the idea when I set this area up was that I would have these benches clear so that I could put all my picked books on them, and then my packing station is here. And for the most part, this stays very organized. This box obviously needs to go. But the idea is that I take it the least amount of steps as possible. So while I'm packing here, I can just reach over here, which makes my whole shipping process better. But while this is looking like this, I mean, it's just impossible. I'm bringing smaller loads on my little trolley and sitting them here, because I've got nowhere else to put them. And not only that, but the floor space is covered here with hauls of books, and all the shelves underneath, they're also full of books that need listing. So, everything along here needs photographing and listing. So here we've got bad area number 2. Okay, so there is a few empty boxes here that I'll squish them down and get them in the recycle, and that will free some of that up. But guys, this big bookcase here in the background, this is all unlisted books as well. So this is full to the brim, up the top and everything, unlisted books. But I've also got boxes down here with unlisted books. I've got bags down here. I've got another big thing here of CDs. I've got CDs here on the table, more books. I've got books piling underneath it. This box is full here, more books. There is some boxes in here that are actually full under these empty ones. So as you can see, there's a lot more death pile there that doesn't even fit on the shelves. Now, originally when I brought these shelves in, the idea was there's 15 shelves here. The idea was for me to have 10 shelves here with the amount of listings I wanted per day. So say I wanted to do 50 listings a day, I wanted a back pile, a working inventory with each shelf to have those 50 items a day, and then it would just be those are the 50 items that I have to do every single day. So that's how I wanted my inventory. The other shelf I wanted for my set building, because I do a lot of set building. You can see there's some up here. I might have True Blood, 50 Shades of Grey, Game of Thrones. I've got a whole lot of David Baldacci. Those, I wanted one shelf for my set building, for my lot building, and also, you can see the David Baldacci up there. That's not actually for set building. That's because I like to list, if I get a whole lot of one author, I like to list it all at the same time, because it just makes the whole thing much faster when I'm just doing sell similar, sell similar, sell similar. So I like to build authors up that I sell on a regular basis so that I can do bulk lots of them all at once, even if they're selling as individual books. So clearly this doesn't work because the whole bookcase is actually filled with just unlisted books. And to be honest, the books that are on the bookshelf came from my big container haul that I did not long ago. And a lot of those books are probably books that I don't actually want. I would say at least 50% of those books, I don't even want them. They need to be culled. But they're hard. I don't know the genres of a lot of the books on the shelf, and I'm not familiar with them, so they're actually hard. They need price comping, and they're hard for me to just look at by my eye and know whether or not I want to list them or not. Okay, let's go to area 3. Now, this is area 3 that is just also a nightmare. Now, these books stacked here have all been, like, these are all definites to photograph and list. So they are sitting here right near my photography station so that I can just grab them, photograph, and put away. So, you know, I guess this is another working inventory pile. It is taking up, I would like to put some more shelves here. I've got this one random one here. I couldn't put another shelf there before because I had a pallet jack in here, but that is gone now. Once these are moved, once these books are photographed, I'll probably set up a couple more shelves and start stacking them there, and I'll have to work somewhere else for my unlisted inventory pile. But hopefully, the idea is that I don't have an unlisted inventory pile like this. The idea is that each day has their unlisted inventory on one of those shelves, and there's 10 days worth in the working pile. The aim isn't for it to stay like this. Okay, this shelf the other day, you might have noticed from some of my old videos, this shelf was actually full. And I have been, since I've been back from America, I have been slowly, like whenever I've got time, I've been going through this, and the books that I actually really want to photograph and, you know, list have been getting added to this pile. And I have also been clearing a lot of this pile and redonating it, or some of them even needed discarding. So this again was from the big container haul, and then a lot of these books I don't want to list, but you know, I also want to get this shelf clear. There's books and it's like squished. There's books that are squished down there as well. Most of these books are Mills and Boon books, and most of these books came when I bought like a huge haul. I bought 10,000 Mills and Boon. Mills and Boon are the little you know, the little tiny romance novels. The Mills and Boons need to be lotted up. Like, I sell them in bundles. For instance, look, there's one here waiting to go. This is going to be one listing. It's a whole bundle of books. So I really need to have box by box, just pull these out and get them listed. But I'm just going to take you around here. All these books are listed, guys. This is the neat part. The listed books are neat. But yeah, like if you can see, there's boxes piled right to the end. And if I stand up here, it's you know, there's a lot of books up here. 3 areas, all of them out of control, all of them big jobs. And it's been a matter of which one do I start with first? You know, like the thing is, this area with this needs shelves on it. You know, the more I get photographed and listed, the more I need on shelves. And, you know, a lot of my shelves here with listed items, they're actually quite full. So I do have room on them, but obviously if I could set up a whole lot of brand new shelves, which is what this area is for, well, that would make it much faster for me to pick and, you know, get my books away than trying to, you know, like find little gaps on each shelf to put books away. So, you know, this area is a priority because there's a lot of books here to list and I need more shelving space for listed items. So that makes that area a priority. But this area, I think this has to be priority number 1 because this is affecting my daily work. This is affecting me every single day when I need to pick and pack. That is, it's absolutely clear. That is affecting me. What I'd actually like is this table. In this gap here, I could put that table and then I could put all those bundles on it. And then once those bundles are done, you know, I can always pack up that table. But that would kind of clear a little bit in this area, and it would clear this area. Look, let's try it. Okay, so first thing now, I've got to get this table out of here. Okay, well, automatically by removing some of those boxes, and I'll get rid of those few as well, it doesn't look as bad, does it? That actually makes me feel like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought maybe. Okay, but let me go. I'll put the table here. So now I'm going to put the bundles here to here. In my last warehouse video, I showed you that I sold a Barbara Cartland cookbook for $88. And I was talking about Barbara Cartland doing these small romance novels. Well, these are bundles of Barbara Cartland. So 1, 2, 3. So I put them into bundles of 6, and you can see they're very small historical romance novels. Say these are around like $35, $40 maybe. Depends what, I have to see what the market is like, but I should be able to get at least $35 for a bundle of 6 of those. More Barbara Cartland. There's a lot of money sitting there on those Barbara Cartlands. These books are more individual books. You can see like a few more bundles down here, but a lot of these are individual books. So now I've got to determine, do I kind of just keep stacking this area up? Because I mean, this is already, basically this is the waiting to list pile now. I think if I can just get these benches clear, it's just going to make the picking and packing so much easier. So I feel like I'm double stacking. This is what I do. Story of my life, guys. I move things from one end to the other without actually getting anything done. But that's not going to happen at the moment. Like the idea is, I've got to get this done. I've got fantastic books here. I've got fantastic book bundles. I've got money just sitting here on the tables, on the floor. Money. I got a lot of money just sitting here. But I think as long as I get this into systems so I know what I'm doing, and the idea is the benches stay clean and this is the working pile, and eventually I'll get over to the shelves, but I don't think that needs to be priority. This is number 2 priority. Okay, let's see where I can find. I'm not gonna lie. These stacks are making me nervous. I hope like one of them doesn't fall and then they all fall. Okay, I'm starting to see some bench space. I got this big pack here of like, these are all vegetarian books, but they're all kind of generic vegetarian books. None of them are like big selling vegetarian books. So what I want to do is lot them up, but I need to kind of weigh them because I don't want them to go over 5 kilos in weight, which is 11 pounds. I don't want it to go over that in weight. So I might, look, to be honest, I might add these to this death pile. Because to be honest, like I've got a lot better books here that I want to get listed before those. Voila! The benches are clean, guys. The benches are clean. Okay, there's a bundle here. Of course. This is a $33 sale. Now, this will get me $33 to $35. Can you imagine how many of these books in here that could be worth $35 and they're just sitting here? This is I can sell this for $75. I've sold this book before. Comped it when I bought it. Last one sold for about $75, including postage. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we as resellers sometimes have a lot of money sitting in our unlisted inventory piles. Like if I was just coming back and like buying, photographing, listing, buying, photograph, listing, this book would be listed within like a couple of days of me actually buying it. Now what happens is it just joins this big mother of a pile and it gets listed when it gets listed. Now obviously I'm putting this on top and I know I'm going to grab this off, and one of the first books I'm going to photograph is this one. But you know, like I could have so many books in this pile worth so much money and they are literally just sitting there being buried deep. And I think this is a good reminder to all resellers. Like you've got a lot of money in your inventory pile and here we are, we're going out sourcing more and more and more and we're looking for more. That's fine if you come back and it's working inventory and you get it listed like soon. But if it sits here for months and months, and months in a big pile, like some of my stuff has been sitting here some of this stuff has been sitting in piles since I moved into this warehouse in February. Facts, guys. Guys, there's a box of shoes here. Do I look like a freaking shoe seller? No, I don't. But what happened one day, I went to the shop and guess who got, squirrel brain and decided, oh, look, there's some shoes. Let's buy some shoes, Mel. Let's buy some shoes. Let's buy a Starbucks cup because you love selling coffee cups. Come on, Mel. One day I saw these cute salt and pepper shakers for $5. I mean, I would need a little box to send these in. I send in padded mailers. If I actually list these and sell them, and then they sell, and I have to go find a box, and sometimes I don't know what goes through my scatterbrain. I'm such a scatterbrain. Like, I'm so easily sidetracked by the cute things. So you know how it's punishment to get this kind of stuff done? Like you sit here and you dread it and you're like, oh, I've got so much work and I've got to clean it up. Once you actually do it, you feel so much better. I've got a long way to go in this, but just cleaning it up for a couple of hours and reorganizing it, like I said, is the story of my life. But at least now I feel like, okay, I can actually work in here now. Like it's actually cleaner chaos. I don't know if that's the word, cleaner chaos. Oh my goodness. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I've still got way more unlisted inventory here that I can possibly handle. It's out of control. There's too much. Until this is all sorted, there's no more big hauls for me. That's it. I've put my foot down. I've cracked the whip on myself. I've cracked the whip on myself, guys. You know, I've had to. Like, this can't continue. Let me show you how much better this looks. And guys, if you are struggling with your unlisted inventory and it's out of control like mine is, please, please, please do the punishment, as Tech would say. You know, like he said, there's a virus in your store and it's going to keep spreading if you don't sort this out. And the only way to sort it out is to do the punishment hours. And the punishment is you made it, you created it, you bought stuff that you didn't need, or you picked up hauls that weren't worth picking up. So let's do the after tour. Packing benches are clear. I can now put all my picked and listed books along here so that I can pack. This is perfect. The floor is clean. This is now a working space. This was the best thing I could have done first. Over here, okay, so not perfect, but looks 10 times better than it did. Look, you can actually see the bookcases behind now. Over here, we've got clear floor, guys. The walkways are clear. And yes, over here I have created more, but look how it's at least organized. Everything on this table, all these bundles, and I'll just look at them all from here. Look at all these bundles. That's a lot of money, guys. Bundles make me a lot of money. There's good profits in there, right? All these books are good books, and they're books that I want to list. But you can see there's a lot of them. There's a lot of hours waiting for me here with the photography area. And so my next move will be to do a batch photography day and try and get a couple of these stacks gone. So I'm feeling pretty good here. I have fixed this working space. I now know exactly what the next part of my job is. The next part is to get rid of this. Once this is done, I can deal more with that. Then I can deal with that. Or maybe I deal with that before I deal with that. I don't know yet. Next stage is to get through these books that are on the floor so I can actually then get another couple of shelves set up. And believe it or not, guys, over here in this pile, I actually found a brand new shelf that hasn't even been opened that I didn't even know I had. So That's perfect. Guys, look at this. Wow. Look at this space. I've got an awesome space here. I've got plenty of room to put more listed books if I don't just fill it up. Look at all this space. I could bring my aisles out here a little bit more, a few more shelves. The more things listed, the more money I can make. Like, I was dreading this morning. I was like, yeah, I came into the shed. I packed my orders this morning. It was a nightmare. I should have waited until this was done and then packed my orders because they're sitting in the car. I haven't even got them to the post office yet. But you know what I mean? Like, when I come in here tomorrow to pack my orders, how easy will it be? I've made this easier for myself. I hope you use this as some motivation for yourself. If you've got stuff that needs doing and you've got messy working spaces, you can't successfully manage your business and run your business if your systems don't work. I've got good systems in here. They're just hindered by what's going on. Thanks so much for watching. Now go get your shit done. Bye.